they're sort of gentle comedies, I think, both of them. You know, poignant moments, but largely comedies. And they were made the way most Canadians make movies. We went to the various government agencies and sat in their lobbies until they gave us money, you know, and demanded that our share of the pie. And finally, we got enough money, and we made the movies. The movies, though, making movies that way is so difficult and so painful often. That we decided we had to find another way to make movies, and there was a moment of truth for me, and we made this movie, Something About Love, which is the second movie that we made. The first one I directed, and the movie was very, very successful critically and creatively, but it made practically no money. And then there was a moment when a fellow named Pierre David, who's a very successful Hollywood producer and financier, sort of straightened me out on what kind of movies we should make, and he was selling Blind Fear, which was our next movie, and Blind Fear in 3 days at the American film market got 3 or 4 times as much revenue as Something About Love had got in several years. And he just sort of passed the $1 million mark in foreign sales, and I walked into the sales suite, and he came up and grabbed me by the lapels and pulled me up to him and said, "You see how easy it is when you give them what they want."
The rest was history, as they say. Well, Psychic is another movie we've got a clip for. I've quite enjoyed this one as well. Could you set that up for us a bit? What is Psychic about?
Psychic is one of the most Hitchcockian of these pictures. Basically, it's about a college kid who's having nightmares, and the nightmares involve young women being killed, and he has very specific dreams and very specific visions of what's happening, and he becomes convinced that his professor is the person who's doing the killing. Now, it so happens that his girlfriend has just begun to go out with this professor. At the beginning of the movie, and this is why I say it's sort of Hitchcockian, at the beginning of the movie, the audience is almost told that it's the professor who's killing.
Don't give it away. We know what's coming up. Let's have a look at this scene from Psychic.
Who the hell are you? And what are you doing in my room?
April Harris?
Yeah, that's right. Who the hell are you?
What happened to your hair?
Okay, I'm calling the cops.
Oh, no, wait. You're okay?
Yeah, of course I'm all right.
Listen, I'm really sorry.
Get your hands off me!
Okay? Okay.
April, what's going on?
This guy broke in. I'm calling the cops.
Wait, let me just ask you one question. Do you ever go ice skating?
Look, now are you gonna leave, or do I have to call the cops?
Okay, going right now. Sorry, big mistake.
What's your market? Who is it that watches your movies?
Well, it varies from country to country. Most of these movies will have a theatrical release somewhere in the world, but the theatrical market is usually not the principal market. Where the movies do very well is on pay television, video cassette, and network television.
Do they ever make the theaters?
Yeah, frequently. But they're, basically these movies are made with $2 to $4 million, and most of the movies in the theaters are made with $20 to $40 million. So it's rare that we can really compete in the theaters.
And what's your response from Canada specifically? Are they big fans of the Allegro Films products?
Well, Canadian pay television does very well with our movies. In fact, they often tell us that our movies do almost better than any of their other product. And video cassette sales in Canada are very, very strong, and network TV is very strong here.
My favorite Charlie's Angels, Shelley Hack, was working on one of your films called Blind Fear, which I think we'll have a look at right now. What's Allegro Films' biggest success? What's your favorite of the bunch?
It's hard to say which one's my favorite. I like different parts of all of them. I guess our biggest critical success is Something About Love. Our biggest financial success, I'm not sure. Scanners 2 did very, very well on video. Deadbolt, which we just finished, is doing extremely well.
And what are you working on now? What are the future projects for Allegro Films?
Well, we're finishing a movie called The Neighbor, starring Rod Steiger, Ron Lee, and Linda Kozlowski from Crocodile Dundee fame. And we're just about to begin a movie called The Paperboy.
And you plan to stay in Montreal and make movies?
Yes.
Non-stop forever?
Who knows? For the next year or two.
Well, we could have talked all day, you know. It's a shame that we have to end it. But thank you very much, Tom Barry, for having come into the studio today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll leave you with images from their critically acclaimed Something About Love, 1988. Thanks for tuning in.
Southern California is very affluent with air.
Hey, country western music.
You've got real estate.
What?
The best investment you can make. What?
Slow down, slow down. It's okay, it'll work by itself, okay? Okay. Just relax, just calm down. Come on, sit down.